The first half of the week in the east of Ukraine was marked by further advances by the forces of Russia, DPR and LPR in the region of Donbass. The most active military developments are taking place around Izum in the south of the Kharkiv region, in the area of the Separatist Lysychansk agglomeration in the Luhansk region, and in the eastern countryside of Donetsk city in the Donetsk region. In Kharkiv, Russian units are mostly finished regrouping around the provincial capital, establishing fortified positions in its countryside. According to reports, regrouping was ongoing amid limited direct clashes with Kiev's forces. Most of the fighting there has been taking place in the format of artillery duels. The general situation in the countryside of Kharkiv could be described as prolonged positional battles. Meanwhile, intense fighting caused by the active offensive operations by Russian armed forces is ongoing in the area south of Izum. Russian ground units are advancing towards the Barankovo-Slavyansk highway amid intense artillery and airstrikes on positions of Kiev's forces. Clashes have been ongoing in the entire area around Izum. In particular, as of May 10th, Russian troops took control of Bolshaya Kamyshovaka and engaged Kiev's units in a new round of clashes around Novaya Dmitrovka. The Kiev government had to involve its free forces in an attempt to contain the Russian advance there and thus took a hit in another sector of its area of operations. On May 7th, Russian-led forces took control of the key area of Papanaya. As of May 10th, the Russian military created a threat of encirclement of the entire grouping of Kiev's forces in the Severodonetsk Lysychansk area. Positions of Kiev's troops in Zolotoye already found themselves almost cut off completely from their counterparts in Bakhmut and Slavyansk. Now, Russian units and People's Militia of the Donbass have been developing an advance in the area of Papashnaya. Likely, the Kiev government will try to leave a part of the grouping remaining in the Severodonetsk Lysychansk sector as cover for its withdrawing troops. Therefore, the town of Bakhmut will become the next key strongpoint of Kiev's troops. As to Slavyansk and Kramatorsk, the Kiev leadership will encourage radical formations to take civilians there as hostages in an attempt to repeat the Mariupol scenario. Thus, Russian forces will once again need to carry out a complex operation to rescue civilians in urban conditions amid intense fighting. To the north of Donetsk, in the Advidka district, DPR units and Russian troops took control of Novosolovka, Vientorivka, Novobakhmutovka, and blocked Advidka from the northeastern direction. Nonetheless, Kiev's forces are still able to keep control of Advidka itself using well-fortified positions there. This sector will fall with the fall of the rest of Kiev's defense to the north of it. In the area of Marinka, to the southwest of Donetsk, positional battles are ongoing and the front line remains stable. In the Ugledar region, the advancing grouping of Russian and DPR forces achieved a tactical breakthrough, encircling Ugledar from the eastern flank. Now the fate of this town is predetermined, and it will likely be liberated when the Russians intensify operations in the sector to the west of Donetsk. The front line remains stable in the directions of Gulyai-Pole, Zaporozhye, as well as near Krivoy Rog and Nikolaev. In Mariupol, the garrison of Kiev's forces that hides in the Azovstal plant and mostly consists of radicals are about to meet its long-expected fate. The lack of resources and Russian advances already forced the radicals to release a large number of civilians that were hostages. As developments of recent days demonstrate, the armed forces of the Russian Federation have been successfully using their advantage in firepower to eliminate the manpower and equipment of Kiev's forces in the region of Donbass. In its own turn, pro-Kiev troops are in fact locked in their fortified positions in the region and are unable to organize a fast and successful regrouping and withdrawal under the conditions of the Russian advantages in firepower and air power.